most part, people that are into the cryptos. You have some crypto traders, just like the stock market, right? And then you also have some crypto investors. They look at this as a long-term hold and ideal way of storing value. So for those, so what that would mean is kind of like how people would hold precious metals like gold, palladium, platinum, rhodium. The things that I love. How people would hold them as a way to store their wealth for the future. People are investing into crypto in the same way, particularly things like Bitcoin, SafeMoon. I know, Glenn, you like Polkadot, and so forth and so on, but you do have people trading them as well. If you have any questions about that, you guys are welcome to feel free to come and ask questions about crypto. As Glenn is heavy in the crypto, he's big on crypto. I like crypto, I'm into crypto, but I don't get into it as heavy as Glenn. So, talking about that though, right? I want to hear how everybody else feels about this whole shift and this past few months, seeing this with a downward trend, even with all the good news that has been spiraling around Bitcoin, such as El Salvador becoming the first country, such as Sweden, Finland,
El Salvador, Sweden.
The other ones, was it Sweden?
I think it was Sweden. Hold on.
Sweden. Yeah, so Sweden's talking about, they're currently in talks about making it a fiat. The U.S. looking like it, the New York looking like it may become a Bitcoin mecca. So there's a lot of good sentiment behind Bitcoin, but yet over the past few months it has decreased substantially.
Well, you got to talk about it, right? Because it decreased primarily because of China. So China is, and I always say this, China is probably the biggest nemesis to the United States and probably every other society out there, because China controls so much. So China had a huge mining operation, right? They have huge mining pools. The government pretty much cracked down and said no more mining in China, pretty much. So by doing that, all the miners had to find somewhere else to go. So the miners are relocating to El Salvador and Texas and all kinds of places. So it took them a while to ramp up again. But that was the big headwind that made crypto really start faltering over the last couple of weeks. China policy is anti-Bitcoin right now.
What's your thoughts on Cathie Wood filing to create a Bitcoin ETF? How big is that?
Oh man, that's huge, right? So you guys heard me. Like I say, August 3rd, they'll rule on the very first ETF as to whether or not it's going to be accepted, right? And it's not the ARK ETF, it's another ETF, one of the first ones to file. The ruling is August 3rd. If that goes through, I promise you, because then all the other there's about 10 or 11 ETFs lined up, including Cathie Wood's ETF. If that goes through I think it's August 3rd. If that goes through, I can almost guarantee you it's going to be a huge tailwind for Bitcoin. Like it's going to be crazy, because ETFs, that's really where the money comes in. And you're talking about Grayscale talking about converting to an ETF on top of that. So you're going to have a lot of money flowing into the Bitcoin market at that point.
Standard & Poor also filed, I think it was 3 or 4 months ago, for a Bitcoin ETF.
Yeah, man, they're just lined up. And the person who's the chairman of the SEC, his name is Gary Gensler, and I suggest you guys just Google him if you don't know who he is. But this guy has done huge speeches on Bitcoin. He's a college professor at one point, and he was doing huge speeches on Bitcoin and how he thought it was, a very appropriate form of currency at that time. This was quite a few years ago. But, he's the chairman of the SEC, and they're the ones kind of making the decisions on these ETFs. So it's not a guarantee, but he's definitely a Bitcoin-friendly person at this point. So let's see. Buckle up.
Definitely. Now, like I said, for the ladies and gentlemen in the room, if you have any questions, feel free to raise your hands and come on up. We're just going to be talking about a little bit of everything, investing-wise. So talking about today in the markets, I know we got some day traders, some scalpers, we got some long terms, So I'm just curious to know at this point. So let's see. I wanna, you know what? You've been nice to me, so I'm not gonna mess with you today, Doc. I'm gonna just say.
I'm about to say, Q, not me, right? All right.
Me.
Nah. Doc Rose, you know, me and you don't be having this square up. We good.
We on good terms all the time, you know.
Right.
Yeah, but he don't have his bow tie on right now, so.
Doc,
Hold on, Glenn. Let me go ahead and fix this, Glenn. Hold on, Glenn.
Thank you, my brother. Come on, represent, man.
I'm sorry, man. You right, Glenn. You right. Let me get right.
Oh, we got Chad that joined us just now. I like it. What's up, Chad, man? Welcome. How you doing?
How y'all doing?
My brother Chad. What's up, brother?
Yeah, I know.
Relaxing, man. I'm putting together a dresser, so
Alright, man.
being handy today.
Alright, bet. Dig it.
There you go, Doc. There you go, brother.
So, Doc Richardson, Jay, I know you another one as well. So, Amazon, they did good today. How y'all feeling about that?
They did.
Nah, man. Amazon, what? Nah,
They ain't do too bad.
Today wasn't that day for them.
It wasn't that day.
Oh, y'all on there? I got a little something on.
That's why it was good to me. Because he got a little something. That's why it was good. Because he got a little something off a little bit of price action. That's why.
I got a little something on. You know, I was gonna look at the VIX today. I was like, yo, but you know, I ain't never in my life touched the VIX. And I was just like, you know, I was looking at it and I'm like, I don't really touch this too much, but so I ended up touching it. But I did take a look at Amazon and I did make a little play and it was good. So how y'all felt about Amazon's move?
I played it today. It was fine. It did have a run.
Yeah.
For a couple hours there. But I played it mostly in the morning, just to hurry up and get out so I can get back to work. But
So are you normally on the bull side or the bear side with Amazon, or you don't care?
I don't care.
Okay.
The money
Jay,
side.
Jay, what about you, bro?
Well, I got a bunch of shares of Amazon. I didn't trade it today, but I'm pretty heavy on the shares on it. But Amazon can do no wrong in my eyes.
See? Who else in here is familiar with Amazon on the frequent side? I know Atlanta's on BA all day. That's her baby.
Me and BA don't talk like that anymore.
What? Y'all split up?
see, you broke up.
Yeah.
She slid it to me and then she started taking my money, you know?
Nah, they just get too much press. Like, I can't scalp around that. I play every time the article comes on.
They had the biggest downtrend today. All day they was on down slope.
It was a bear day, straight bear day for them today.
Yeah, I don't think they had any good ups, any good upward momentum.
But they had a really good article that came out. It's like they always move opposite of the news. It's really good.
It's weird, right? Because, you know, Marley's favorite situation, they got plane engines falling out of the sky, right? And they run up.
Yeah, I think Doc's the one that pointed out the bull flag on that when that happened, because I was in there.
Yeah, and that was a great day. And that was the last great day.
That was not a good weekend. I thought my money was gone.
Terrible.
I thought my money was gone.
I don't know what happened today. Like, they good news, right? Like you said, but yet no love in the markets. And that goes to show you that sometimes, you know, you have to understand the sentiment, you have to understand the psychology, and sometimes you can't predict the markets, right? And you can't necessarily time the markets neither. Timing the markets is a waste of time because the markets will do what the markets will do contrary to your beliefs, right? So what else how y'all felt about the markets today? Let's go around the panel real quick. Jay Watts, how you felt today? All right, I know Jay Watts is getting things lined up. Len, what about you?
Nah, man, it wasn't a good market today. All my growth stocks, man, got hit. So I was just sitting back, waiting. You know what I mean? I laid back, but I didn't like the market today too much.
Any new lessons you learned today?
Nah, Elena jinxed me yesterday. She told me she shorted Tesla. So I'm like, and so yeah, of course Tesla gonna prove out for her. But yeah, I had my insurance policy in, so I was alright.
Got you. Renee, what about you? Renee, you breaking up.
I'm sorry, I'm driving. I didn't do anything today. Yesterday I caught PO, which was good, but I'm probably chilling for the rest of the week.
Okay.
I'm about to go on vacation, so I really could care less. So, yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you have to take a break from the markets. Trading every day can be stressful. Trading every day can be extremely risky, right? And so there's definitely nothing wrong with taking a break. Even when you have a 9 to 5, you get days off, right? So sometimes just because the market closed on Saturday and Sunday don't mean you have to trade Monday through Friday. Doc Ross, what about you, man?
Yo, what's up?
How the market treat you today?
Home Depot was a play that we talked about in class on Sunday night. So it was a patient wait to see if it broke that zone of resistance. It ran great to 320. I think we were watching it since 313, 314. On Monday, it did a little fake out Watusi. It dipped and it came right back up to that level. So I was like, okay, this is kind of wait one more day for like a good scalp. And today was a day, man. It ran from about 315 to 320, 85. It was a good day trade. Options played great. Just kind of see what it wants to do now. It still has some more room to run. I think this is new territory for it. Oh, if not, I'm sorry, not new territory, but on the one-day chart, the pattern on the one-day chart looks very bullish. So just kind of trying to see where it goes from here. It feels good. It dipped off today. It sold off back down to 317. It was a good buy entry for a bounce. It bounced off the EMAs pretty well. Ran back up to 318.80. So it looks like it could kind of retest those highs it just did earlier today. Again tomorrow. But got to keep an eye on the market as a whole. This market is hot, man. This market is hot. Like when I say hot, like how much higher can this market go? So just want to keep an eye on the overall sentiment of the indices, that being the Dow, the Nasdaq, and the S&P. But right now, that was a good play, and I like Home Depot. Had a high open interest amount for the 330 call options. So just kind of riding the tide and seeing where it goes. Boeing was not my friend today. Boeing did a major fake out. It broke the pre-market high, so I thought it would at least run the 245, because it broke the pre-market high literally at 929. So I was like, oh, that's a great sign. Well, let's go, man. That thing touched 244 a bit. Plunder. I think it went down to 238 and some change for the day. So it was a good put, but that was just all. That all goes back to, your support and resistance levels, man. Just seeing how price action respects these zones, and I thought Boeing would kind of break that and run because of the news from I think it was United Airlines that had a big max order, and like Elena said, man, they always get news, and they have some pretty good news. But just bumped his head on that ceiling, came on back down, so we'll see what it does tomorrow. But overall, I had a mixed day.
Dope. And I actually like Home Depot as a long-term investment. The market is always a bull market when you look at it for the long term, for the most part. When you look at it over the grand scheme of things, Depot is a good one for me on a long-term scale. And yeah, today they definitely look like they had a pretty good day on the market. They traded a little flat after that run up. They had to run up, then they came back down a little, and then they traded a little flat from that point on today. But definitely great rooms for profits. So definitely appreciate that perspective on that, Doc Ross. Doc Richardson, what about you?
So, of course, I had to play Amazon, but what I'm really interested in right now for tomorrow and possibly the rest of the week. So, today there were like 4 stocks that really went crazy. And it seems like these 4 kind of maybe moved together because back in February they had a major pop as well. So, those tickers are MRIN, BSQR, WEI, and IFBD. And so I'm looking to see if it kind of does this same pattern of a pop-up like it did back in February when they moved together. And if they do, this could be kind of major because this, like for instance, MRIN on just the 23rd, the stock was trading at $1.50 something, and today it hit $18.82. So it's going nuts, and they kind of move together.
Yeah,
Catch that, Doctor?
Oh, my bad, Just. What's good, Just?
Pardon me, what's going on, y'all? How everybody doing? Good evening.
Hey.
I said, did you catch that? Because it's crazy. I seen it this morning. I just didn't play it because I seen it was running all day yesterday. So I thought it might have cooled off and kept going.
I got in BSQR for a little bit on the upside and the downside. But yeah, that was...
You didn't catch MRIN?
I did not catch that one. Not that I didn't see it, I just didn't do it.
Right, me too.
Hey, Doc, is that Remy 102?
How did you know?
Oh my God. I figured, I seen Renee there with Blonde 72, so I was like, okay, I see it. I got the Remy going on. All right, I just want to say I appreciate y'all.
It's the summertime here. It's the summertime here coming. You know what I mean?
He's so out of
Molly goes
control.
get it today. Molly
So
goes
out
get
of
it
control.
today.
He is. For real.
Yeah, Jay, I got you. You good, Brody? So Elena, how the market treat you today?
What's up? Today was a little unseasoned, but I swung a Tesla put overnight because it was a little risky, but it did come down. I did like a little scalp on Wish, pretty much out of boredom, and then I did swing POW, POWW. I put it on the watch list for the week, and it actually rallied after hours. And I think it may run a little tomorrow off the volume, so I'm going to keep my eye on that. And then the last thing I kind of caught wind of was like XELA. I caught wind of that too late, but it was on the move today, so I'll definitely watch that tomorrow.
Dope. I know AZ is happy to hear you talk about POW. We've been talking about that for a bit now. As you know, they're an ammo producing company. And with everything going on, ammo has been very, very low since the pandemic. There's a lot that's been going on. So AZ, I'll let you go ahead and talk about it and how you've been doing in the markets today, bro.
Yeah, brother. Well, first I want to start off with my one play didn't work out. I was with the rest of you guys on Boeing, and I don't know if Boeing is going to have a bottom. I'm like, come on, it's been 2 weeks now, so I'm just sitting here patiently waiting on Boeing. So I went back to my other plays. POW, yes, I did play ammo for earnings. I just, in my mind, I said this has to go. Everybody's buying ammo off the shelves. I don't care where you go. I'm talking to people out of state, and they're saying the same thing. Like it's only like nothing. It's hard to buy bullets anywhere. So I said I have to go with it. So they beat their earnings, which was today. So that was cool. I had Sony. I always play Sony. Sony pretty well. I guess they kept talking about the Delta variant, and from them talking about the Delta variant, they kept bringing them up because it's their company is dealing with the rat company that's over there dealing with the variant. So I did pretty well according to my following 3, but that was pretty much it.
Got you. And yeah, they do have it set up right now. So like in certain stores in certain states, as far as ammo goes, you can only buy but so much per sale per person. Like it's a lot of craziness going on right now. But definitely appreciate you on that. What's up, Glenn?
One quick thing though, we keep talking about Boeing. Boeing is, to me, it's a long-term play, man. Because Boeing is number one, it's a duopoly, right? So if we sitting back trying to, and we can play the runs either way, that's cool. But in the long run, you got to play Boeing for the long term, because it's gonna have these falters as long as that technology keeps faulting out like that. But long term, you can't touch Boeing long term.
Appreciate that insight. And so yeah, look like we got some people about to come on up. So real quickly, I do want to just go over the stage rules. We do want to make sure we get through everybody as well. One, we do ask that upon coming to the stage, we do ask that you reach your mic until we get to you. Two, we do also ask that you refrain from speaking personal monetary numbers. We do not want to know how much money you got in the markets, your bank account, or even how much you got out of the markets. Also, we do ask to refrain from resumes. We do not want any information disclosed to seem or be misconstrued as potential insider information. With that being said, Terrence, what's good, brother? You have something you wanted to ask or share?
Yes. Hello?
What's up?
Yeah, I was trying to figure out what company was dealing with the Delta variant. I didn't hear that part.
Oh, that would be Oxygen. The company that they're partnered with is Barat Pharmaceutical, but Oxygen is the company that's dealing with it as well. They're an Indian-based company. But
you got a ticker symbol?
ticker symbol is OCGN.
OCGN. Okay, thanks for that, Jam, so much. Appreciate that.
No problem.
No doubt. And so real quickly, once again, just want to remind the people, welcome to Stock Street University. If you don't already, go ahead and click the little greenhouse above my head and follow the club so you can be alerted when we have the rooms. You can typically catch us Monday through Friday from 8:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, market open. Also on Tuesdays, every Tuesday, 8:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're here doing Stock on Tuesday. So make sure you guys are locked in with us. Also, we got some great people on the stage with us. Glenn has the Black Wealth Forum every Monday night, 8:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, talking about current events from financial mindset to social news and events, mental wealth and health. So definitely lock in with them on the Black Wealth Forum. Definitely a great platform. Shout Doc Ross, who has the Gains Community Monday at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Elena and Investing Bay, always a great platform. Shout to Elena. You tapping with her on Sundays from 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Who am I missing? Am I missing any room so far?
Did you say Black Wealth Forum?
I did say Black Wealth Forum. That was Glenn.
Elevated Living.
Gains Community. Elevated Living. Shout Astrid. That's usually 10 p.m. at night. Hey, yo, Josh, what time you be doing the late night vibe, bro?
I'll be doing it like 10:30, 10:45. We'll be back probably most likely Thursday night.
So Thursday night, 10:30, 10:45 Eastern Standard Time. That's p.m.
Yes, sir.
Definitely a chill room. So definitely show lots of love to Just as well. As you can see, we're a tight-knit community. We definitely like to hang out, have lots of fun, and we definitely like to push that financial literacy and that financial education, whether it be through investing, right? Whether it be through credit and real estate with Just, right? If it's options trading with Elena and penny stocks with Doc Ross, crypto with Glenn and Chad, like take your pick, man. Take your pick. So definitely.
Look at that, man. Dr. Ross and Dr. Dr. Richardson calling each other, man. I think they're talking about you, Q.
It'll be alright. Alright, and so real quickly, we was up to who was up to Marley, but I don't think Marley traded today. Marley, you played the market today, bro? Or you was busy on the stuff?
Yeah.
He probably still busy. I know he in and out right now.
Yeah, I think he was busy.
Yeah,
he was busy.
Ty, how the market treat you today, bro?
It was 50-50. For CVS, but I've been getting my not really getting my behind kicked with Starbucks. It's just been a love-hate thing. I'm trying to learn it so I can day trade it on a regular basis. But I keep going back to Apple because I'm gonna kick Apple's behind eventually. So it beat up yesterday, but I'm gonna get it sooner or later.
You trying to short Apple, bro?
But you love the dividends. You know what?
Stop playing with me, AZ.
You know what, Glenn?
Stop trying to short Apple, man. Stop. Just stop.
Hey, Glenn, but listen, I actually have your favorite stock in my long-term portfolio. So I think you should give me a little bit of credit. I do have Tesla in my long-term.
All right, so you learning a little bit. That's cool.
Oh, man, that's definitely dope, though. So, and that's an important thing that Ty just mentioned, right? So you got to understand, right? Investing or trading, every day is not going to be a good day for you, okay? You're going to have some wins, you're going to have some losses. You just got to learn how to improve your skill set so that you have more wins than losses, which it does take learning, the technicals, learning the fundamentals, and understanding how these things move to be able to track patterns and behaviors. So definitely shouts to you, Ty, for that. Definitely appreciate you. I see we got somebody that just joined us. Alpha, what's good, brother? You had a question or some insight you wanted to talk about?
Hey, what's up, guys? What's up, Q? What's up, Marley? Yes, I actually just got into the room. I was listening to a little bit, but as soon as you asked a question about the market, I just felt like I wanted to chime in.
All right, so you can chill with us for a bit. We just running through the lineup real quick, and then we'll be able to get to you and see how you did in the market today. So with that being said, Jay, what's good, bro? How they treat you today, man?
I didn't do too much. I had a quick scalp. That's it. I ain't do much or nothing.
Who we scalp out? Amazon?
What was that we scalped, Elena?
Clove.
Yeah, Clove.
Oh, yeah. Elena love Clove nowadays, man. Clove the new day, Elena? Is that what it is?
No, it's just the breaks are so clean. Like it's just free money. Like it's just there.
Hey, you can't turn down some free money.
Yeah, that was an easy one, like 5 minutes.
I dig it. Sonia, what about you?
I actually just been working on charting, and I'm just trying to find stuff for next week. And I want to say again, I did take the class again for a second time. So and no, I mean every time there's so much information, so it's like you always learn something different. So this time, I really knew that I needed to work on recognizing the patterns a little better. And so that's what I've been kind of, taking what I learned on Saturday and using that. And so far, so good. But I'm just practicing right now.
Shout to Sonia who did take advantage of the Gamma class that we do offer. But you can actually check out our resources and content on stockstreetuniversity.com. Lots of great content. Elena does have some content on her website as well, investinbay.com. So there's a lot of information out there for everybody that's learning to invest or learning to trade. Definitely some great content and resources. You can just tap in with us. We're here. So appreciate you, Sonia. Lots of love. Shouts to you. And I'm definitely glad that you were able to pick up on more information and learn ways to enhance your investing and trading methods. So next person we got Chad. What's up, brother? How the market treat you today?
What up, everyone? Stock is not too much my game, but I actually more long term. But I have been playing some of the crypto mining plays. I've been playing
you touch MicroStrategies at all, bro?
Yeah, MicroStrategy was my first winning option. So I play them like Bitcoin, kind of. When I think Bitcoin is going to do well, I'll put a little bit in MicroStrategy. When I think it's going to go down, I get out of it. But I only have a handful of MicroStrategy. I don't have too much. My options are a little too expensive for my.
They killers, man. but you can play them, man. If I'm trading crypto, that's where I'm gonna be. Just like you said, Riot. I'm gonna be in Mara, and I'm gonna be in MicroStrategy.
Yeah, definitely. In sequence.
My first ever option was MicroStrategy. It was a really dumb play that I lucked out on, and I took my money and ran. I haven't gone back. Staying away from the casino, as they say, for me.
Definitely. And I like, and so if you guys realize, like, you got a whole bunch of different perspectives, right? So, it's definitely a great thing to have to understanding the market, because there's so many different ways to be able to invest or to trade, and just be able to go ahead and, develop that financial growth. So I definitely love the different perspectives. And Chad, the way you talked about the cryptos and how they play, in sympathy with the Maras and the Riots, and Glenn mentioned the MicroStrategy. I definitely did make a quick, crazy play. I got a quick scalp on Riot not too long ago. When Bitcoin started dropping, I caught a put and got a nice little scalp on Riot. Hey, what can I say? Alpha, what's up, man? How the market treat you today?
Hey, Q, pretty good actually. Over the last couple of weeks, one of the things that I've been watching is that just to kind of see how this upcoming rotation is going to come about, because we've seen at the beginning of the year that technology was pulling back and technology was down for 2021, but then towards mid-April, early May, all the way to June, we started seeing the XLK come back. So basically what I'm saying is the way the market is behaving right now is just a reflection of, of a lot of technical drivers, in part because what the Fed is doing, from just maintaining the QE, which is the $120 billion monetary stimulus every month, including also keeping interest rates low. So conversation about inflation talk, about price rising. But one thing I want to bring up to investors, to traders, sometimes it's just very important to kind of tune out of the noise and to really see the potential opportunities as people talk about these environments such as inflation. We should expect cyclicals like financials, small cap, or even you're talking about a V, and also you're talking about post-pandemic recovery. And you're talking about fiscal policy, a great fiscal policy in place, and you're also talking about a great accommodative monetary policy that's in place. But the reason why we are feeling this pullback from cyclicals, from financials, from energy, and from small cap recently is because the Fed is actually maintaining these technicals, such as liquidity to QE, and also maintaining interest rate. But also, it's very important to know that yields are, if you look at the 10-year Treasury, is range bound between 150 and 147, and what that means technically is that for the next couple of weeks, you're always going to see XLK, the NASDAQ and triple Q be in the green, even though the beginning of this week, we've seen the Delta variant be a key headline in the financial markets. But I believe by Thursday night or even by Thursday morning, all of these investors are going to focus on, the payroll data, and then we're going to see how that's going to affect these yields. So given the current environment, given this post-pandemic and given also reopening optimism, and also one thing to keep in mind about the Delta variant is that because we already have, no matter what the noise says, we already have the vaccines that are solving the Delta variant, which is, you already have research that's proven, studies that are already proven that the Moderna, the mRNA vaccines, such as Moderna and Pfizer, they already did at it. Or even though there's risks in the population that's not vaccinated and all that, that's risk to overall global GDP. Yes, we're aware of that. But ultimately, I think, sooner or later, we should expect as the yield, the 10-year start to steepen, we should expect technology, XLKQQQ, the Nasdaq to pull back, and we start seeing again massive flows into small cap cyclical names such as financials, and then and so again, that's just what I want to say. There's a lot of risk into the market. There's a lot of momentum going on right now into growth and technology, but the reality is that's a little bit technical, and that's caused by the Fed. But also, do not discount the recovery optimism. Recovery optimism means, inflationary names. That means financials. That means key regional banks, and that means also small caps. I feel like I said a lot, but yeah, that's what I want to figure about this.
Oh, not a problem at all, man. We definitely appreciate that insight and perspective. Definitely a lot that you did say, but it's things to be mindful of when you're dealing with investing and when you're dealing with economics. You have to understand how money works. You got to understand how the markets work. You got to understand what's the driving forces behind these things in order to be able to make smart investment decisions. Right, so definitely appreciate you for that perspective and that information. Angela, welcome to the stage. Did you have a question or some value you wanted to share with us?
Hi, good evening. I have a question. First of all, thank you for mentioning the Stock Street University website. I was just going through that, and I really like that you have courses that range from very affordable to well, it's all subjective, but a couple that look very affordable to me, and then a couple others that, if those go well, that I'd want to save for. And so what I'm curious about from all of the moderators here is, in addition to that website and both the paid and free resources there, what are other good resources that you have used or that you refer people to, either for courses or for books, for someone who is very new to investing? So I have lots of mutual funds in retirement accounts, but I'm just starting to look at equities, and there's so much great information out there, it's just really hard to parse it and figure out where to start. I'm done. Thank you.
Well, definitely appreciate you for that feedback, and as well as the insight that you perspected as far as the information you're looking to gather, as well as website information you provided. So as for me personally, and I'm pretty sure everybody here might have some different information. One website that I do recommend as a good tool to learn is Investopedia. Investopedia.com is a great tool. It helps to break down a lot of the terminology. You can actually learn a lot of the formulas that are used in financials. I do love NerdWallet as well. That is also a great tool. I'm very fond of their compound interest calculator. Because compound interest is definitely something that's very, very valuable to learn about when looking at financial and investing. So those would be two of the websites I would say for me personally. As far as books go, there's a slew of different books. But before I tell anybody to get into investing books, I normally like to enforce, and this is personal opinion, right? Because it's not financial advice. But I always like to encourage financial literacy books before financial investing books. So things like The Richest Man in Babylon, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, The Millionaire Investor, there's so many different books.
Think and Grow Rich.
Think and Grow Rich. That's another one. So for resources that you can utilize as well. So Glenn, if you have anything you want to share, or anybody else on the panel?
Yeah, this one book that I fell in love with that taught me a lot about investing is The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham. I mean, if you just, and that's purely around investing, but that's an amazing book. So that's one place you could start. And YouTube University, I mean, there's so much stuff out there. But yeah, The Intelligent Investor is one book I fell in love with.
One of the ones I like is called Smart Women Finish Rich.
I'll say one for me is The Banker's Code. Teaches you all about money and how they use it. So. And Bear Short is written by Elena. I don't know if y'all found that, so that book.
What?
That's a dope book.
Wait, I was about to Google that, yo. I was like,
All right, that one's a joke, Angela. Disregard Marley. Marley's a little bit off his rocker today. Nah.
You have How Buffett Does It by James Bordeaux. That was a good one as well.
Okay. Anybody else?
My bad.
Oh, go ahead, Elena.
There's a book I just finished. It's called Sway, like the irresistible pull of irrational behavior. It's actually not a stock book, but it helps you. I think it helped me with my risk management. But it just talks about like pretty much how people, forget about risk involved when they're trying to get it all back. So it's a good book, experimental.
What was the name of that book again, Elena?
It's called Sway, The Irresistible Pull of Irrational Behavior. It's by like Ori and Ron Brothman. It's a quick read. It's pretty good.
And then aside from those, you do have the For Dummies. So you have Investing for Dummies. And then there's the Quick Start Guides. They also have some books on investing and trading as well that you can look into. So that's just a few of the different things from a few of us that we do look at as far as, good reads that get our mindsets flowing, that help you build a perspective on investing or trading or financials in general. Because the mindset is a very, very, very important tool in anything we do. Education is key. Knowledge is power, and you never stop learning.
This is all fantastic. Thank you. I will start a new shelf on my bookshelf for financial books. Thanks.
It's our pleasure. Thank you.
Hey Q, can I add just something that's a little bit related to it?
What's up?
Yes. So basically, for me personally, I am motivated by this whole conversation, and just to tell you a little bit about me, that I started my career as a stockbroker here in New York about 10 years ago when Facebook went public. I remember when Facebook actually went public, and then the next day they were trying to start to monetize Facebook through mobile, and they did not know how to do that, and then the stock tumbled from there on, and today actually it's a different company. So basically what I just wanted to add to the question that Angela asked is that actually this is a very subjective question, and it all depends what you're looking for, and most of the time, depending on what broker you're trading from, they have plenty of news, information, and depending on what ticker symbols you follow, they usually have information connected to it. And just like all of what everybody has said here, the books are very important. But for me, over the time, I've traded a lot on sentiment, and I traded a lot on these indexes and sectors. And I like to actually pay attention to government data. I like to look at the Labor Department data. I like to look at the payroll data. I do also like to look at the PMI, anticipate all those data, just kind of be ahead, from microeconomic side, and just be able to have an edge. But also, I feel like, pertaining that question is that the great thing about investing is that no matter who you are or what level of education you have, you always have an edge, and always use your edge to guide you, and ultimately that's your edge that's going to guide you too.
You cut out there, Alpha. Did you catch that, Angela? No, I don't know what just happened.
The app might be tweaking.
Yeah, Angela, did you catch that?
I did catch that. Thank you.
Okay, not a problem at all. And if anyone else had any questions that, feel raise your hands. Like I said, very simple stage rules. One, we just ask that you mute your mic, be mindful until we get to you. Two, we do ask that you refrain from speaking personal monetary numbers, such as how much money you have in the markets, in the bank, or got out of the markets. Right. Also, we do ask that you refrain from resumes, as we do not want any of the information that's discussed here on stage to be misconstrued or perceived as insider trading or insider information.
Q, I was also going to add, I wasn't trying to cut you off.
Oh, go ahead, Brody.
But earlier what I said, Angela, was a joke. But we actually do have a community, a Discord as far as community, and we also do have exclusive books that we release. We release the books every 2 weeks. Is that right, Q?
Yeah, the book club refreshes. So there's 2 books that's available at all points in times, and the books refresh bi-weekly.
Yeah, so anyone who ever as far as joined as far as our Discord community, which is just like Angela did mention, it's very affordable, but we also do have as far as the book club in there. So therefore, like books that you normally have to come out of pocket for and things like that, we have for downloadable content that you're able to have access to it for a limited time as well too. Continue.
Also, all right, so look like we had another person come on up. Dr. Is that Seme? Am I saying that right?
Yes, you are. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. My public school education paid off. I knew how to pronounce your name.
My husband will be very happy. Let me ask you, as one who's trying to break the generational curse of poverty and trying to increase generational wealth, do you have any resources available that I can utilize to encourage my children ages 8 to 14 to be interested in stocks? Like, is there any gaming? Like, my oldest is only into games, which I'm trying to push away from. But I wanted to know, what resources do you have for the younger kids?
So that's a great question. I'm pretty sure we might have some different information for you. But so personally, for my 10-year-old, I had got him some books called How Money Works, and that was the start for him. And aside from that, he's also into gaming very heavy. So what I did was I used his passion for gaming as a way to educate him on investing and finances. So for example, he was talking one day and he asked me for some Roblox, right? He wanted to buy some Robux, some content from Roblox. So instead, I gave him an option. I said, so for your birthday coming up, you have a choice. You can either get Robux or you can get some shares in Roblox, right? And with him watching me invest and him hearing me talk about money all the time and expressing, the value, not just the value of money, because money is nothing but a tool, right? But understanding the value of investing, the compound interest, and just learning how money works and everything. He actually decided to go and get the shares of Roblox as opposed to getting some Robux for the game. So that you can use that passion for gaming to be able to teach them about financials and investing, because a lot of these companies are publicly traded. EA is publicly traded, Nintendo, Roblox, and a few others. So definitely something that you can use to help motivate them into investing. Also, there's another. Which one? What's the app company? The gaming app company? I can't remember the name.
Are you talking about EA Sports?
No, not EA. Start with a Z, I think.
Okay.
Zynga?
Zynga. Yes, Zynga. Zynga is also publicly traded as well. And they're an app gaming developing company, right? So, you can use that as a way to be able to encourage their not further their knowledge in investing and financial literacy. But I'll let the rest of the people on the panel share what insight or 2 resources they may have available. Anybody else?
Well, one thing I share, we actually was on a platform the other day and we were talking about Nike, right? So all the kids love Nike shoes, etc. And I was talking to the parents and I said, hey, look, if you're going to invest, upwards of $100 plus on a Nike shoe, you could also invest in the stock, right, and have the child understand that they're buying a part of the company that they're supporting. So they're supporting this company, but by supporting that company, de facto, they're supporting the stock that they're purchasing. So maybe just set up a little account for them, and have them pick stocks that they patronize, right? So there's all kinds of stocks out there that children love and patronize. And Nike came to mind that day because we were talking about the shoes. But those are very expensive shoes. So I'd say, look at those types of stocks and get them interested that way.
Definitely. I know about Roblox, but I'm trying to do it too.
Got you. And did anybody else have any other kids-friendly resources that they wanted to share?
Yes, it's like very, all of you guys great, gave great responses and great insight. But one thing I would add is that, and I'm, I have two daughters, a 5-year-old and a newborn 5-month-old. So basically, what I would say, instead of opening up a checking account, saving account for your kids, anybody can do anything what they want with their kids. But I would recommend, instead of opening a checking or saving account, open up a brokerage account. Because once you open up a brokerage account for that kid, they will grow up, they will see all of these other options they have through their brokerage account, as opposed to if you just give them a checking account, all they have to do is just spend their money through a checking account and have all of these overdraft fees, and then basically become a consumer, just not think about investing, as opposed to if you set them up through a brokerage account, they have so much potential in terms of what they can do and how many other accounts they can open up under that brokerage account alone. They can invest through that brokerage account. They can save. They won't get charged ATM fees. They won't get charged overdraft fees. They'll see their money grow. They'll see relevant information. They'll see different companies trading, up and down. They'll see all different indexes. So what I would say, the financial product that you give your child is very important, as opposed to that's the start. The financial product start with the brokerage account for them, and then just basically take it from there.
Definitely. Also, Fidelity does have kids accounts now, so you can actually look into that. Fidelity has kids accounts, but definitely great insight. And so does that answer your question?
Yeah. It does, and I didn't know, but I have Fidelity account. I didn't know that they have kids. Thank you so much.
Yo, my pleasure.
Thank you so much. Very
I had one thing I wanted to add.
What's up, Terrence?
Man, I'm just so grateful for this platform. Me being a minority out of Chicago, I would always say, I use Robinhood, but I would definitely encourage dollar cost averaging. I'm so in love with this company called Crocs. You know what I mean? Because I feel like they're the wave of the future as far as comfortability. And I'm mostly seeing women with it, but now I see men with them as well. So I definitely I think they're more comfortable, and I think I look at them as more of a value play. I would just like to drop that gem on the group.
CRX. Really quick. That's not financial advice. Neither
I'm sorry.
Advisor. No, you're good. I'm just making it clear to everybody. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with anyone mentioning of things that they have a liking for whatever reason. We've obviously done for some research. I own Crocs. I've invested in Crocs as well too. But just keep in mind, people, that is, it's not financial advice. We're not financial advisors. So go at your own risk. Make sure you do your own research and your due diligence. That's it.
Definitely. And Terrence, I'm not gonna lie. I've noticed Crocs is definitely a booming has been booming over the past few years. With the restaurants I have, my chefs love them. They in the kitchen with Crocs on all day. And now don't mind me. You ain't never gonna catch me in a pair of Crocs. I'm super good.
And they did very, very well.
I said that too until I got my first pair.
Listen. When I say I would never do something, I don't say the word never. If I say I'm never gonna do something, I mean I'm never gonna do it.
But to be honest, I would like to say I would see a company like maybe Nike's or Adidas taking a merger to try to take over that company. You get what I mean? Because of the comfortability. Everything now is about comfort. Not so much the style. Nike is great and it looks great, but it's not comfortable. So I just look at the hip hop industry, with Kanye and the things that he's doing with Adidas and Reeboks and these things. I see them competing against against
You
night.
like wearing trash bags and stuff like that?
Well, I mean, I guess it's that pricing about the hip hop community being in the forefront of corporate America. I see that as the comfortability as being a major, issue. And especially now with everything going on with China as far as, the direct manufacturer, I just see a lot of competition. And comfortability is always a plus. And I thought that Under Armour would get that, but obviously they don't have the resources of the marketing behind them. But they're still around.
I mean, it definitely. True facts, though. True facts. Comfort is definitely where a lot of people are moving, especially with the pandemic nowadays. Last thing people want to think about is I gotta get dressed, right? Right. Everybody want they sweats or the ladies with their leggings or whatever the case may be, right? So comfortability is definitely a wave nowadays.
But to be honest, the thing, comfortability is there, but it's the brand loyalty. The brand loyalty is the thing. It's like, okay, but it may not feel comfortable, but this is a Jordan, you know what I mean? Or this is a Balenciaga. Foreign seems to be a thing. I remember I'm from like the FUBU era, but then we left that and we went on to something else.
Yeah, I ain't never did FUBU either, so I ain't gonna lie. But
FUBU and Fat Farm was the thing back in,
Yeah, I ain't did that either. I ain't gonna lie.
It was Fat Albert. That was the thing, man. You got Iceberg.
It was big back in the 90s, early 2000s. Those things were big, man. So I ain't gonna knock it. But that was just me. I ain't do them. But they were still big in the area. Growing up in Brooklyn, definitely seen a lot of it. So definitely appreciate that insight. Does anybody else have any questions, comment, or insight they wanted to share before we get ready to start? We got a few minutes before we start up this game. So as you guys know, once again, welcome to Stock Street University. We are here. We talk about investing and financial literacy. Every Tuesday, you can tap in with us at 8:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. While normally we have a guest that's in some form of the financial industry, whether it's investing, experienced investor or trader, or accountant, or broker, or whatever the case may be. So definitely appreciate you guys for rocking with us today. We're doing things a little different. We just have an open format. But we about to get ready to start up this Stocko Tuesday game. So for everybody who wants to join in on the game, feel free to come on up. Jay, we live?
Yes, we're live.
Y'all be doing this to me all the time, man. Jay,
I was like, wow. Did your voice get deeper?
Hey, first of all, my voice always been deep. Okay, my voice always been deep. I've been had the Barry White.
we got Jay and J.D. Wise, and yeah, they both got deep voices, right? But Marley's the only one that sound like he ain't go through puberty yet.
See, Jay, you see that, right? Jay, you saw that, right?
Hey, you better get that address.
Hey, really quick before we start the game on up, man, I just wanted to just tell everybody, I'm saying, like, I'm over here mad busy, but I've been listening, and I could just say, the community is just dope, man. We got a lot of talent on stage, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people
Acting crazy.
asking a lot of,
I think it's the dog again.
I'm gonna leave that alone. Renee, who acting crazy?
She stepped out. She said, "Oh."
I think she was talking about the dog.
You can't take nobody nowhere.
Oh.
Nah, she was talking to you, Marley.
But I just wanted to just take time and actually just shouts out to everybody's voice in the community. Again, I think everyone in here gets motivation and drive from everyone's voice energy here, and I like the fact that we come together as a community and just help one another on being as force stronger. This is I can honestly say is to where, you know, everyone. I can speak about the people on stage, right? And also, you know, the audience as well too. But the ones that I do know is just that everyone in here wants each of us to make money. You know what I'm saying? Like you know how many like I haven't been active trading this week and also last week because I'm working on a big project and I'm almost done with it. But I have got today. I had to count 18 DMs from people in the community just reaching out just to let me know about information going on in the market. Just information. Hey, look, I just want you to take a look at this. You know what I mean? Just information, because information can take you far, people. Information can take you far. It's not about, you know what I'm saying, information, and then you do your research, you do your due diligence, and then you make a play. But people around, like, you know, everyone here, we want to win, and we want others to win. So this shot's out to y'all, man. That's all I had to say.
Hey, you about to make me break out the code again. Knowledge is power, but powerless if you got it and you do not acknowledge it. But so definitely, man, definitely though. Shout out to everybody. We definitely appreciate you guys. And for everybody that's new to the community, welcome. You know, we definitely appreciate you guys for joining in as well. So, I mean, it's a beautiful thing. But with that being said, it's about time we get the Stocko Tuesday game going. So for those of you guys that want to play, you're welcome to join in. For those of you guys that just want to watch the game, you're welcome to do just that as well. So all you would need is two devices, a smart TV, laptop, tablet, whatever.
You don't need two devices, but it's cool to have
You don't need, right,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
So you can go to the Stock Street University YouTube channel. So go to YouTube, type in Stock Street University, and you'll see we are currently live streaming Stocko Tuesday game.
I'm going to have the code up in a second. Give me 1 second.
Yep. So that will be on one device for the streaming purposes. If you don't want to use two devices, you can simply download the Kahoot app. That's Kahoot, K-A-H-O-O-T. You can download the app, or if you do have the two devices, you can just go to Kahoot.it, right? So Kahoot.it, and that would be your answer pad so that you can play the game. So we're about to go ahead and put the code up for you guys to join into the game on the YouTube or on the live stream so that you can join in and we can get this thing rolling. And as you know, we do have a prize for the winners.
Yeah, we'll announce it afterwards.
Yeah, we're going to announce the winners once we get the winners because, you know,
we have a prize that's rolling over from last week, right? I mean, yeah. I believe so, right? Or did we give it away already? Was it one? PCR, you'll see the code.
automatic. Love the paddock on my arm. Got static. Pussy nigga, run your drum. Lost the killers, Wu-Tang. 21 News Gang. Drug dealers in the Moussaint. At the top of the food chain. Jumping the cocaine. No game. Shooter with no name. Really been toe game. The whole game. Really don't mind.
Yeah. Kim Jong, yeah, big bone. Wonder bread, man, make your bitch big chrome. Yeah, out of my pocket, but they got my wrist numb. Ain't gotta get stick, nigga tryna fix some. Dope boy, I sell coke boy. You broke ass, rock school, this a cold boy. Everybody the same, all these niggas sounding like big fast. Back gang, turn you to a county like. Bitch boy, I'm a mobster, shrimp in my pasta. Jamaican, dun dun dun, background, the shot toss. Mad match, nigga, yeah, I ain't with the killers. From the planet of the H, yeah, I ain't around the real time. I got AK, SK, HK, broad day. You a fuck boy, we ain't with the horseplay. Bitch, Trump ass nigga, did you do your chores today? Do you wanna take a ride with the coroner today?
Automatic, slide in the trunk. Shoot the maggots with the pump. Automatic, love the paddock on my arm. Got static, pussy nigga, run your drum. Wu-Tang, 21 News Gang. Drug dealers in the Moussaint. At the top of the food chain. Jumping the cocaine, no game. Shooter with no name. Really been toe game. The whole game, really no name.
Drop from the heaven straight in the wild. Trunk in the front, top, gotta slide. Fly suicides and keep the shit alive. Jumping at the public houses, don't you come outside. Ride status, trying to land a jet at magic. Going away up on my way to cut the traffic. Pop the ceiling, pop the beat, I need the pallet. Cody asks what I'm seeing is way too crack your fingers, cause the cactus is dangerous. Broke you aimless, we don't speak that language. On the couches, toppers, I'ma make her see she snort a mountain. Records on the outfit, make the bounce in my life, yeah. CPR on my pipe, yeah. Please need the energy, only got a night, yeah. Nike boys, we don't do these strikes. I'm living for my niggas that do life, yeah.
Automatic, slide in the trunk. Shoot the maggots with the pump. Automatic, love the paddock on my arm. Got static, pussy nigga, run your drum. Lost the killers, Wu-Tang, 21 News Gang. Drug dealers in the Moussaint. At the top of the food chain. Jumping the cocaine, no game. Shooter with no name. Really been toe game. The whole game, really no name. Too motherfucking quick like MC Hammer. I asked her what's that thing right there, Nelly country grammar. Please God, free all of the real ones out the slim. Trapper, not a scammer. Now, yellow bitch banana. She went to college in Atlanta, but she from Savannah. She gon' show out every time when I pull out the camera. In the strip club, my diamonds work harder than the dancers. When you doing this shit, hell yeah, they supposed to hate. When you doing this shit, hell yeah, they supposed to hate. When you doing this shit, hell yeah, they supposed to hate.
Standard Time. Next week we will have a guest here on stage. Yes, Glenn, we will be presenting ourselves as guests. We actually going to tap in on the back end and sort that out at some point in time as well. That way you guys can get an understanding of the guys behind the Stock Street University and some of the people in the community as well that you guys haven't had a chance to meet. Don't forget Blackwell Forum, Monday nights, 8:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Definitely a very great room to be part of. So make sure you guys tap in with Glenn on that. Investing Day, always got to show love. Shout out to Investing Day and Elena. Make sure you guys check out her room Sundays at 5. I'm going to say 5:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I know she's like 5:15, 5:30. So definitely tap in with Elena and Investing Day. Definitely a great platform. Definitely got some information, lots of insight. And she's actually a very humble and dope individual. Except for when we playing card games or whatnot. Then she becomes a little ruthless. Nah, but it's all love, though. It's all love. I don't know who's worse, you or Doc Richardson, but I ain't gonna say nothing.
I think you're the problem.
Oh,
Wow.
Hey,
Jay too. And Jay.
Nah. Jay actually be cool.
No,
Jay be cool.
Listen, bro. You wasn't in the last game I had with Jay, bro. Bro. It's them three. It's really them three.
What? Nah.
Jordan 2. Oh, I was getting Jordan the other day.
Marley, do we have to talk about what you did to Q?
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
I can say Marley, Jay ain't never did that to me though. And if he did do it, he knew he was doing it and forewarned me in advance.
Be your own people.
Listen, if you had $1 for every card Marley made you draw,
I'd have been building a whole new portfolio right now.
Yo, that was mad funny, yo, because I was talking mad crap to Jay because Jay was laughing. I was like, yo, Jay, when I said Jay, I said, oh, what I said, I forgot.
Yo, Jay, Marley and Jay going at it right now. They going at it, right? I'm the next person after Marley. It clearly indicates such. Marley over here talking about, oh, Jay, you laughing? You laughing, Jay? Draw 4. Bro, what are you doing? Why are you doing it at me? Like, wrong person. Like, pay attention. What are you doing?
Yeah, that was bad.
Marley don't check. He just threw a draw 2. Everybody on the board having draw 2 except for me. That just went all the way around the board. Acting up draw 2s and it lands on me.
Yeah, I had to be there because it was really funny.
Yo, and Marley talking confident trash. Like he's doing something. Like he helping. I'm like, yo, Marley, stop helping, please. Just stop helping, bro. He that friend that you get into a fight, right? And they try to jump in to help you, but they punching you instead of the person you fighting. Like, chill, bro. Stop helping. They're helping you move, but they the one breaking all your dishes and whatnot. Chill. Stop. Just put it down. Oh, man. But nah, definitely shouts to everybody, though. Make sure you guys tap in Black Wealth Forum, Investing Bay, Gains Community with Doc Ross, Elevated Living with Astrid, Gains Community 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Mondays. Astrid has Elevated Living at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time p.m. Right, Astrid? She's still meditating. Just got the late night vibes to kick back and relax. Like you said, that's usually he's starting back on Thursdays, so looking at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you guys tap in. It's always love. Lots of fun. With that being said, hey yo, Elena, you started up or what?
oh, you know what time it is. I'm
let's
scared of y'all talking like it's a lot.
All right, I'm about to be over there. I can already tell you who my enemies right now. Doc Rita, Lane, and Jay is them right now.
Yo, Jay, you.
Excuse me?
Doc, look, Doc, listen, listen, Doc. You are my friend, but listen, on the card game, you don't know me, and you always do it all the time.
Stop playing to win.
All the time.
Yeah, you has to see me on stage too. I didn't forget.
Oh no, we definitely gotta get that game.
This space on there?
I'm waiting for it.
Yeah.
We don't want that.
I know. I told you when I was in Miami that he had to see me on stage, and I'm still waiting.
Nah, but you was under the influence when you said it, so I had to wait for you to get clear.
All right.
The way you was talking, I mean, I ain't know what I wanted to do that.
No, I was tripping. I was talking about putting a lot of money up, and I was just, yeah. I'm glad. Thank you.
I ain't want to take your money, and then we gotta break up the friendship because I had to beat you in stage.
Oh no, you wouldn't have taken it.
Wait, how much money are we talking about?
Yeah, I just didn't want to.
We'll talk about that on the back end, Jay. We'll talk about on the back end.
Yeah.
But she threw some numbers up. I said, bet, let's get it. Like, that's game time. But all right, y'all, it's always a pleasure. Let's lock it down and let's start the game up. We about to go have some fun. This is what the community's like, y'all. Make money and have fun.
All right, peace, everyone.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
God bless everybody. Peace.
automatic. Love the paddock on my arm. He got static. Pussy nigga, run your jump. Most of the killers, Wu-Tang. 21 News Gang. Drug dealers in the Moussaint. At the top of the food chain. Jumping the cocaine. No game. Shooter with no name.